Next to a small village in Afghanistan's fertile Jalrez Valley, a platoon of U.S. soldiers busy themselves fortifying a fighting position, stringing concertina wire, aiming mortars, and filling lots and lots of sandbags. U.S. military combat outpost Apache is housed in an abandoned former agricultural building. Just outside its walls sits a school and a medical clinic. Villagers tend to a neighboring orchard, and nearby a handful of farmers care for cattle and crops. It seems an unlikely spot for coalition forces to go toe-to-toe with the Taliban and other enemy fighters, who use this valley for staging attacks in nearby areas such as the capital city of Kabul. But the outpost is the front line in a fight against an enemy that hides among the local population, in the villages, and in the mountains. Pushing troops out of larger forward operating bases and into community-based combat outposts was successful in Iraq for holding areas cleared of enemy forces. It is this same strategy that military officials in Afghanistan's Wardak province hope will quash enemy activity in one of the area's most dangerous valleys.
The reports from the 101st was that you don't go into this valley without fighting your way back out. But everyone we've encountered so far has been very supportive, very open, answered all our questions, and so far it's been a very friendly atmosphere.
The 10th Mountain Division's 3rd Brigade Combat Team has more than tripled the firepower here since taking over operations in Wardak and Logar provinces last month. It has doubled the number of combat outposts to 6 in Wardak.
Us having a permanent presence in the area is going to prevent the enemy from wanting to be in this area.
Like most outposts here, conditions are, to say the least, austere, especially at the start. The troops themselves build up the outposts, securing them first, and then adding comforts such as heat and rooms to sleep. There's no running water, no cooked meals, and no showers. Security is provided from 3 such outposts along the Jalrez Valley, which stretches west about 15 miles from the provincial capital of Maidan Shar. About 70 small villages are scattered through the valley, with multiple tribes in each. Patrols are focused around assessing villages and meeting local leaders. Military officers mentor the leaders and help them strengthen their local support. And millions of dollars in commanders' funds are funneled into local projects such as repairing wells, refurbishing schools, and building roads. But still, some in the area are wary that the troops' presence will draw more fighting to the valley, and that their families and livelihoods could be caught in the crossfire.
They want results, bottom line, and I think with results, they're gonna feel better about us being here.
Tom and his troops find themselves at the tip of the spear in what he called a true counterinsurgency fight. The soldiers spend less of their time looking for the enemy and more time befriending the local people in an effort to drive a wedge between those who support the insurgency and those who don't. Because of their proximity to the locals, military officials acknowledge there is a delicate balance they must strike operating within a civilian population. One wrong move or misplaced mortar, and they jeopardize alienating the population they are trying to win over and knocking the legs out from under the coalition counterinsurgency efforts. The troops have been at Apache for about a month now, and so far there have been no attacks. Military leaders are hopeful that the increased troop strength may have staved off some attacks, and they are pushing hard to establish roots in the communities so that when the enemy fighters return, they find themselves without the support they enjoyed in previous years. Still, only time will tell, as the days warm and the snow melts on the surrounding hills and enemy fighters begin moving through the passes, whether the U.S. can place stock in the fruits of this different kind of fight. For American Forces Press Service in Afghanistan, I'm Fred Baker.